When I read your bio, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy has been through it. So
brother,
it's impressive. It's impressive. And just having you, I mean, when I see stuff like that, just having you alive, I mean, seriously, like just being here alive and being able to tell your story is got to be such a blessing. And I was just blown away. And then I tried to do some homework and watch some of your older podcasts, and it's very impressive. So I'm looking forward to this.
I appreciate you having me on, brother. Yeah, my mom always tells me, she's just glad that I'm alive or not in prison, because it's been a rough go,
Yeah.
It's been a long journey, to get here, but I just appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, So let's just dive in on this long jersey. I mean, we were just talking about Joe Rogan talking about McAfee, and I wanted to ask you, so the documentary that's out, that's on Netflix, right? The McAfee. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that one pretty accurate, or did they it didn't seem like it?
No, man, I was so
seemed like they left out a lot.
Yeah, I've been so disappointed with the documentaries. In fact, Running with the Devil is that one, right?
Yeah.
They reached out to me, but I was on house arrest, and I think I was in federal pen at the time, FMC. And so when they try to reach out to me, so I don't blame them for that, but that documentary was basically about John McAfee's crazy paranoid life after I left him, okay. And he had a lot to be paranoid about. He felt like the law was closing in on him, possibly the cartel, things like that. But that documentary just kind of runs with him at the very tail end of his life in a very sad depiction of him. But I was with him during the apex of his entire career, I would say, even overshadowing the McAfee antivirus and stuff.
And how did it come about? How do you end up being security guard for John McAfee?
Oh, it was crazy. So I retire out of the Navy SEALs and I get out, and you would think after a successful career that I would be like this, I would have it together, right? But I was a broken man. I was broke physically from combat deployments. I was broken mentally up here from being investigated, a lot like Eddie Gallagher. And then I was broke financially, man, speaking.
Wow.
And so I had $4,000 in the bank. I think I had like $4,000 at the time. And I had a $3,800 mortgage payment coming up, my VA mortgage loan, man. And so I was stressing. My body's hurting. I'm like walking up the stairs of my house, and I could hear my knees cracking.
Yeah.
My bones like grinding together, man. And I'm just like, dude, I just sacrificed my whole life for what I believed at the time, my country. And I put all in, right? Lost good friends over there. And now I'm just like this broken, worn out, empty, lost ship in the night. And I was even considering, I had those crazy intruding thoughts that so many of our veterans have, like of killing myself. And it was a very dark time. And during that time, my buddy called me, a TCAF, French 4 Legion guy, SEAL guy. And he was like, hey, bro, do you know John McAfee? And I was like, I don't know him. He's like, check your computer screen. And the McAfee antivirus.
Yeah.
And so he said, John McAfee's going to call you. He said he wants the best SEAL out there. Well, I wasn't the best SEAL. I had just got out. It's all timing, right?
Right.
And I was like, well, why not? And so literally, man, little did I know that, 1 year after that phone call with McAfee and going and abruptly leaving everything, including my wife, everything, the home, and going up there and living with him for 24 hours a day for the next 2 years. Little did I know, within a year from that moment of that broken place, I would be a millionaire, but it also would cost me so much more down the road,